Okay, I've set up the cutting board here. The beans are started. I'm going to take advantage of this time to start prepping items. My next items that are going to go in while I'm waiting for this water to boil. So first I'm going to just cut the ends. Okay, the packages are ready to cook, so I'm just going to cook them. They're already washed. I leave the skin on because rumor has it that there's a lot of nutrition in the skin of the sweet potato and the carrots, etc. All right. So all I'm going to do is, you always want to get that knife up against your knuckles so you don't cut yourself, and just cut off sections of that. You always want to use the sharpest knife as you can so that you don't injure yourself. You want it cutting right through the item. Now this is basic stuff, but I'm just going to go through and show you what I'm doing. So prepping all this. There we go. Just cutting that up. Good, good, good. And one last chop. So those are all going to go into one pot. There we go. I cut them up because they will cook faster that way. Okay. Now, let's go to the cauliflower here. And I like to pull the bottom leaves off here. The cauliflower is interesting because it has this sort of a lattice look to it when you get inside there. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go along this stalk and I'm just going to cut off the individual clusters. Okay. Now trust me, once you chop this up, even if you don't like cauliflower, it's good for you and you won't even really notice it. It'll just be one of your bites. Like, what was that? But it's going to be all mixed with the sauce, so it's going to taste good. So I'm just kind of spinning around this thing, just knocking off these chunks. Okay. And then I'll chop them down a little more later. Whoops, lost a couple, I'll get them. So some people, you can use this, I mean there's nothing wrong with it, but I generally don't. So I'm just going to use the florets here. Alright, broccoli I'll do a little bit later because that doesn't take quite as long to cook, and I don't want it to get real soggy. I don't want it to get real, yeah, I don't know even the word to describe it, but you know when your broccoli is overcooked. Okay, some people like that way, I don't. Okay, and then the cabbage, I'll just take out this core here just by angling down. I hope you can see that. Angling down, cut, turn a little bit, angle down, cut to the center, angle down, cut to the center, losing my voice again, angle down, cut to the center, and just keep cutting to the center. And eventually you'll get that core. Now there's a little bit left here, but I can maybe even get a little more out of. Okay, so I've got most of that out there. You can see there's that core. See, and you always want to be moving away from your hand. You never want to try to do this, right? Okay, so for you people out there that are not really cooked, so what I do is I like to peel the first couple layers off here, just because I don't know who's kind of been touching it and stuff. There. Now I have a nice pristine, and what I'll do is I'll bisect it. So I'll lay it down here, and go right through the center, just go right down into it. All right, and then I'll just cross cut it. And I'll just, I don't know if you can see that, but again, always just spacing it so that I don't cut myself. Here I go. If your cutting board is sitting on a counter, you definitely want to have a towel under it. This one's very stable because it sort of fits the size of the sink. So okay, I'm just wondering if you can see that. Oh, okay, yeah, you can see that. All right, so there we go. All right, so enough of that. I'll finish this up. I'll break these down a little bit more. Water's going to boil or they're going to go in. So that's it for this. See you in a minute.